All right, in order to start our Gomez envelope, we are going to go back to our books on page 26. And at the bottom of page 26 there, it says that we're going to learn how to create an envelope. So on page 27, it says that while we are in that Brooks letter, we're going to go into File, and we're going to click on New. And we're going to create a new blank document. And then on step 4, it tells us to go ahead and save it as Gomez envelope. So I'm going to go File, Save As, go into my desktop, go into my folder for this class, and we are going to call it Gomez envelope. Now, I already kind of created one here, but my video got interrupted, so I'm just recreating it here. So Gomez envelope, so just ignore that there. Okay. And then down at the bottom, page 27, this is how we're going to learn how to create the envelope. We're going to go into our mailings tab. On the far left-hand side of the mailing tabs is our create group. We're going to go into our envelopes. And on the next page, they tell us who we are going to address this envelope to, which is Alexis Gomez. And she lives at 6549 West 16th Street in Wilmington, Delaware, 19806. So this delivery address is going to go right here in the middle of our envelope. Now you're going to notice in the upper left-hand corner is where our return address is at. And we could type in a return address here if you wanted to. But in this case, because we have pre-printed letterhead paper for our Brooks letter, we're going to assume that we have pre-printed return address envelopes, which a lot of businesses do. So we're going to go ahead and put a check mark in for the omit so that we do not put anything there in that return address. We're then going to go ahead and add this envelope to our document. And if I zoom out just a little bit, you can see that there is our envelope. We're going to go ahead and save this. And we're going to go ahead and close it. And that is how you create your envelope. So again, you'll go back to your Canvas. And in Modules, underneath Word Module 1, you're going to find an assignment called Word Module 1 Module Gomez Envelope. Again, you're going to click on that assignment. You guys will find a button here called Submit. You will then browse to find your file in your Intro to Computers folder on your desktop. You'll attach it, you'll hit Submit, and there you go, I got it for grading. Okay, so if I go back to my modules, we're now ready to start our last activity for this module. So again, if I go back to Word Module 1, directions. So we've done the Brooks letter, we've done the Gomez envelope, we're now ready to do the vinyl flyer. So in order to start vinyl flyer, we're going to go back to our books, and we're going to be opening a file given to us on our data files on page 32. So we're going to go locate our books on page 32, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize this Brooks letter here. And in our data files, so again, I got this folder here on my desktop. I'm going to go into Word. I'm going to go into Word 1. I'm going to go into Module, and here are the files we are going to use to create this flyer. To start out with, we're going to open up the file called Vinyl. Before we do anything to this original file, we are going to go ahead and resave it as a new name. So we're going to go File, Save As, and we are going to save it on our desktop in that Intro to Computers folder, and we're going to call it Vinyl Flyer. Okay. Okay, over on page 34 and 35, they want us to proofread and do some spell checking of this document. So here we go. Ready to get rid of your old record. Okay, that's not spelled correctly. So we're going to right click on it and change it to Record Collection. Villarreal Records is the company's name. So we're going to go ahead and capitalize that R for records. Pays cash for used vinyl. Will come to your home. No collection R. That's not very good grammar. So instead, we're going to change it to no collection is too small or too large. Contact Leo. His last name is spelled correctly, so we're going to go ahead and ignore it. At villarrealrecords@cengage.com today. And again, I'm going to go ahead and ignore that grammar issue because that conjunction is fine. So that takes us clear over to page 38. Page 38 is where we're going to change the orientation of this page. So we're going to go into our page layout, and we're going to go into our orientation, and we're going to change it to landscape orientation. Also on step 4 is where we're going to change our margins. So we're going to go into our margins and we're going to change those to being narrow. Page 39, they want us to select our first 2 paragraphs. So this is paragraph 1, paragraph 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to select paragraphs 1 and 2, and we're going to change the font of these. So in our Home tab, we're going to locate the font of Arial. And in your books, I'm clear over now on page 41. So we're going to go into Arial. We're going to increase the size of it to 22. Oops. And then we're going to do the same exact thing for the bottom 3 paragraphs. So we're going to highlight the bottom 3. Again, we're going to change it to Arial, and we're going to increase the size of our font to 22. They then ask us to select paragraph 2, and we're going to add something called text effects and typography. So in our font group, we have this blue outlined A, and it's called our text effects and typography. And we're going to find an option called fill blue accent 1, outline background 1, hard shadow accent 1. That's clear at the bottom of page 41 in step 3. The option that we are looking for, I believe, is the 3rd option in the last row. So we're going to go ahead and click on that option, and you can see how it kind of jazzies up that text. And they want us to go ahead and increase the size of that to 24. And on step 6, they want us to increase it to 26. So I am now down at the bottom of page 42, where we're going to learn how to apply font color and bolding. We're going to select paragraphs 3 and 4. And we're going to go in and we're going to change the font color of these. So our font color is right here with this red bar underneath it. This is our font color. And we're going to find the blue accent 5 option. And then we're also going to bold it. Over on page 44, they want us to center all of our text in our picture. So the easiest way to do this is we want to select everything in our document. So if you go to your keyboard and press and hold down the Control key, which is that CTRL key, and a letter A to select everything in your document, we're then going to go into the paragraph group and we're going to center. Page 45 is where we're going to add some shading and a page border. So they tell us to go ahead and select paragraph 1. Notice that when I select it, I'm also including the paragraph marker. That is a biggie to watch for. And we are going to add a box border to that paragraph 1. So in the paragraphs group, I'm going to go into my borders button, and I'm going to find the option of an outside border. Okay, and then we are going to add shading to this. So the shading to this box is this paint can next to the borders button. And we are going to locate a button called, a color called blue accent 1, darker 50%. Option right there. And because that's such a dark color, we're going to go ahead and change our font color to white. Now, we like how that looks on that first paragraph, so we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to our bottom paragraph. But instead of us doing all that step by step by step, we're going to use something called the Format Painter. And this is over at the bottom of page 47. So I'm going to highlight paragraph 1, including that paragraph marker, and I'm going to locate my Format Painter button. Once I click on the Format Painter, you're going to notice that my cursor changes to a paintbrush. In that paintbrush is all of the formatting associated with this first paragraph that is highlighted. So I can go ahead and just hold on my left mouse and highlight that last paragraph, including that paragraph marker, release my mouse button, and ta-da, they now match exactly the same formatting. It's called Format Painter. Works really well when you don't remember exactly what color you did or what you did exactly to the font. Format Painter can just copy it and apply it. On over to page 48. The bottom is where we're going to work with some increasing some paragraph spacing. So we're going to increase the white space in between paragraphs 1 and 2 here. So I'm going to put my cursor in paragraph 1, and I'm going to go ahead and stop my video here and start up another one.